My Hero Ultra Rumble is doing a new Christmas update, and I am assuming they're doing this because they're going to be like, hey, a lot of people are going to have this day off. Let's try to pull people back into the game, show them what we've done so far to fix the game, and then just, take this chance to balance the game even further. So they are doing a ton of character adjustments, and I'm really happy about this. It's also kind of the mid-season patch. It's like a week later than mid-season. I think last time they did it exactly mid-season, so I don't know why they're doing it a week later. My guess is like I said, that they just want to do this for Christmas, so I'm assuming that's why they're doing this adjustment. But anyways, we have Ibra to talk about first. They changed his HP to 250. What was it before? It was 300. So that is absolutely a nerf for Ida. So if you were getting into fights with Idas and they were one shot and you're just going to catch them because they ran away, which is extremely annoying and happens quite a bit, now you'll actually be able to down the Idas a little bit easier, which is nice. But to compensate for that, they did give Ida a buff on his Recipro Turbo, his Gamma skill, the one that lets him run really fast, and this is going to increase the duration time of that Recipro Turbo on all levels, making it last longer so you don't have to worry about running out of your Recipro in the middle of a fight as Ida. So that's actually kind of a good balancing, nerf and buff at the same time. I feel like it's going to make it easier to fight Idas, but at the same time not nerfing him into the ground to where he's just going to fall off as a character, kind of like Sue did. Alright, and speaking of Sue, the next character we have is her. Her quirk skill beta is Ribbit Swing, and what they did with this is they increased the damage when used on the ground. So they buffed her back up a little bit, giving Sue a little bit more damage. It doesn't say if it's like at all levels for the beta, so I'm going to assume that at all levels the damage is going to be increased for her beta to some degree. And they also didn't say how much, which is interesting. They didn't give us a number. Usually they give us numbers, so we'll have to wait and see how much they're actually going to buff this beta damage. But Sue could potentially maybe go back up in the meta a little bit, making her a little bit better. And then we have Denki Kaminari. This has been long needed some changes to him, right? So his quirk skill beta, Indiscriminate Shock, 1.3 million volts. This is the big AoE attack. They increased the damage at all levels. Yeah, that's what he needed. Oh man, Denki is about to be a force to be reckoned with, guys. That's going to be absolutely nuts. And then quirk skill Gamma, Human Stun Gun, increases the number of bullets in all levels. So now I assume it's going to go up like by 1, because this is his move that lets him like dash towards an enemy, right? I don't think they're going to go too crazy and give him like 5 charges on the Human Stun Gun. That would be absolutely crazy, right? Ridiculous. So probably they'll just raise that by 1 and give him more charges, so it gives him a little bit more mobility, chances to get in and out of fights, and chances to actually do damage with his Gamma Beta combo, which I feel like this can make Denki mains a lot better. That is just a massive buff for Denki overall, and that's really nice. Then we have Momo Yairozu. Her quirk skill Gamma, Create Bullet Rain. This is her cannon, right? It is going to have increased damage in all levels, so she's going to do more damage with that, which is crazy. Like at level 9 I feel like it already does a lot, but it is kind of hard to use, to be fair, to position into place. And then increase the reload speed in all levels. So what this means is it's actually going to increasing reload speed. Sounds like it would be a nerf, right? Like it's going to make it longer, but that's not actually the case. They're increasing how fast it reloads. So whenever you guys see increased reload speed, that is actually a buff, meaning it's going to reload faster, which is good for Yairozu. So double buff on her Gamma skill, making Yairozu more viable. And I think that's good because you don't I feel like they nerfed her last time, and now that they're buffing her Gamma skill, that's the thing that really kind of stood out as the thing that needed to be buffed. I think that is a good buff that's going to help round out her kit a little bit better, so I do like that. And then we have All Might. All Might has a lot of changes. Okay, so for his quirk skill Alpha, Texas Smash, decrease the damage in all levels, and then decrease the number of bullets in all levels, so he is massively nerfed. And then for his quirk skill Beta, United States of Smash, increase the damage in all levels. So his beta got buffed though, so kind of a balance right there. And then for his special action carry to safety and high jump, they reduced the reload speed. In other words, that is a nerf, okay, meaning it is going to take longer for the special action to reload, meaning All Might won't be able to jump out of fights as quickly and as easily, and he won't be able to pick people up as often and revive them. So overall, I would say a very big net nerf to All Might. While he did get the quirk skill beta in buff, I don't feel like that's going to be enough to keep him, where he is right now in the meta. I feel like he's going to go more down to Endeavor's tier. So he would still be an A tier character. I don't know if he's S tier anymore. He could still be S tier. This nerf might not do anything on his alpha. The big thing is that nerf on his alpha enough? So we'll have to wait and see, And then we have Isawa. Aizawa's quirk skill alpha binding cloth capture. This one is interesting. So increased the shockwaves from flying jump kicks in all levels. So that means, I don't know when they say increased shockwaves, is that the amount of shockwaves or is that the area of effect from the shockwaves? I'm going to assume area of effect, right? Meaning he has a bigger AoE now to do more damage, which could be a very big buff for Isawa, making it so you don't have to be as consistent with your aiming, opening up the character to more players because he's not going to have as high of a skill ceiling to actually be useful. So I think that could be really, really good for Isawa. So we'll have to wait and see. I can't wait to test that one out in the game. That one's probably the one I'm most excited for. And then we have Endeavor. A lot of changes to Endeavor as well, but we kind of expected this with him being a new character. So his quirk skill alpha Burning Ray reduced the reload speed in all levels. So that means that is a nerf. It's not going to reload as fast, which kind of sucks. But then they increased the number of bullets in levels 1, 2, 3, and 9. So it's kind of like a nerf and a buff at the same time. I feel it's more of a balancing act for that one. It's not really, I wouldn't call it a net positive or net negative. It's just, they changed it. We'll have to wait and see if it was a good or bad change in the game. And then for quirk skill beta, Searing Arrow reduced the reload speed in all levels. So that is a nerf. He's not going to be able to spam his arrow as much. I feel like they released him really stronger than they wanted him to be, so people liked him maybe. However, I don't feel like that put him in the top meta spot, so I don't know why he's getting nerfs. It's kind of crazy. And then quirk skill Gamma Prominence Burn reduced the reload speed in all levels, so now he's not going to be able to use that as much either. I guess they felt Endeavor was too strong. I don't know. I never really felt that way. Special Action Flight reduced the reload speed after using bullets. So once again, he's not going to be able to fly as much. So yeah, a lot of overall, I would say, net nerfs on Endeavor, net nerfs on All Might. The pro heroes are getting nerfed into the ground. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Mr. Compress, quirk skill alpha production magic reduced the reload speed after using bullets. Okay, so that means he's not going to be able to spam his alpha as much because, as you all know, that was incredibly annoying. But then they went and did this. Quirk skill Gamma, Magician's Choice, increased the reload speed in all levels. So now, if he wasn't annoying before, he's definitely going to be annoying now, because he will be able to get away as much as he wants. So Compress might just be one of the most annoying characters to track down. He might be the new Ida. He might be. We'll have to wait and see. And then we have Cementos. Cementos quirk skill alpha, Pillar Split. So for this one, they increased the reload speed after using all bullets in level 1. Thank goodness, because at level 1, Cementos would just stand there and get clapped. Okay, that was a massively needed buff for him. Early game, he was way too weak. But then they went on to increase his reload speed for all levels, it looks like, for the most part, which is very, very nice. So Cementos, that is a very welcome buff, and I don't think that's going to make him too overpowered. And being a person who plays Cementos a lot, I am really going to enjoy that, like truly. And then last but not least, we have Ibra. Ibra's quirk skill alpha Purification. They increased the reload speed on that as well, and then for levels 4 and 9, they increased the number of bullets, so she has more charges, which is really cool. So Ibra getting a much needed buff. Last time Kendo got buffed, this time Ibra is getting buffed. We're bringing up some of those characters who are at the bottom of the tier list, and they realized that these characters needed the buffs, which is good. They've been listening to the community, to the feedback, and I'm very, very happy with what they've been doing. They nerfed Ida, they nerfed All Might, characters that were really annoying. I don't see any Toga nerfs, so, Toga nerfs when, but we'll have to wait and see. But so far, I'm pretty happy with these buffs and nerfs. And then for quirk skill beta, Via Dolorosa increased the number of bullets in all levels, so there is another buff for Vine. So very good, I would say very good balances here. Balance changes. I am interested to see how they end up working out in game. I don't think there's any that I'm too weary about, like, oh, that's a terrible idea. I'm actually on board with most of these. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments though. Are you on board with these character adjustments? Do you agree or disagree? Obviously, Toga still needs to be fixed. Are there any other characters they missed that need to be adjusted a little bit? Let me know in the comments. And if you guys enjoyed the video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.
Can anybody out there